Wuhan Lab, the headline I read this week that I think is interesting and worth discussion. Wuhan, allegedly, American intelligence believes American intelligence believes the coronavirus started in a Wuhan lab and then was accidentally contracted by a lab worker and leaked into the general populace. So the story goes, a worker at the Wuhan virus virology laboratory, which exists, was working on studying SARS, whatever, in bats, I think. And it goes that he got infected, or she got infected, and then went to the wet markets in Wuhan and then spread it by accident. That's what
What
American intelligence believes.
what a big day. Like to be at a virus like lab, and then so you've been working all day on new viruses and how to create them, and then after that you're like, fuck, I'm famished from all this virus handling. Makes me hungry watching viruses
Let's go
grow and
get
stuff.
a let's go get a live eel or
Yeah.
whatever.
So now that I've been working with a
I'd,
virus
I'd
that comes
kill
from
for a
that.
I'd kill for a fucking the paw of a bear or the scales of a fucking aardvark or whatever it is. Oh
Yeah,
man, I'd love to get some scorpion tail. You know what I'm saying? Let's.
it's funny to be like, see this thing, this virus that came from a bat or whatever. I'm studying it under a microscope, and I got peckish, and I would like to eat the bat that made it. Just see what
It
it
is.
tastes like.
The reason that theory falls down for me, I believe the laboratory thing is believable, and it comes from American intelligence. This isn't a conspiracy theory, of which we could go into numerous about the coronavirus. This is actually based on intelligence, right? But what gets me is the point you're making there. Why would someone be working on a virus that has come from wet markets? SARS, COVID viruses come from wet markets. That's where they all start. You're working on it, you're studying it, you're working on this new version of it, whatever. Then you go, fuck yeah, wet markets aren't bad. All this working on a bat, and I might go to the wet markets tonight. It's almost like he was leaving the office and he's like, yeah, I think it's the wildlife trade at the wet markets that probably causes these viruses based on my work. Yeah, yeah. Sure are good though, aren't they? Yeah. You want to go to the wet markets?
Yeah, with like, was it an after works drinks thing?
Mm.
Like it's Friday, let's knock off and go eat some lizards and stuff that are sick. Like
You
let's go
know,
eat a snake with the flu.
yeah, yeah.
I'm famished.
That is such a weird. It's so strange to go from creating the problem to where the problem traditionally comes from. It's like a terrorist doing a terrorist attack in America pre 9/11, and then coincidentally catching the plane into the building
Yeah,
or
it's
whatever.
it's
You
like
know what I mean?
it's like watching Pan's Labyrinth 2 and then going, let's look at the first, like let's look at the number one
Yeah.
first.
Let's go to the original.
Yeah, it's like Star Wars. You know how they came out reverse? Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like
Create the
let's
virus, then go to where it traditionally comes from.
yeah,
Let's go to the
it's like
prequel.
yeah, it's a strange coincidence.
It is very strange. I heard another one that the it's possible that bats that they were working on or something somehow got sold. I mean, it's a
Really?
fucking conspiracy theorist wet dream, isn't it?
It's a
It came from
conspiracy
a
theory.
laboratory, you know?
That well, it sounds like a movie.
It does, eh?
That when I first read that, I thought it was fake news because it
It's
sounded
absurd.
so sensational.
Yeah.
It sounds fake. and but like, how do you unlock a coronavirus in a bat anyway? Is what I think. Also wonder, like, do you have to cook it at just the right temperature to unlock it? Like, is it like an activated almond, or like, when you're making like weed cookies, you've got to like burn the THC at a certain temperature.
Yeah, I doubt it's that. I have no
Yeah.
idea, but I don't think it's how you cook the bat.
Yeah.
But
I've just been doing a lot of cooking.
yeah, it's
I'm thinking about.
yeah, it's just a whole lab of people like frying bats and just different temperatures, and it's like when you don't cook chicken properly, right? You create a global pandemic.
Salmonella.
Mm-hmm.
That's why, I think the chickens should be fed antibiotics. But yeah, I think the other thing with I read about the lab, the Wuhan lab, and one of the things they said was they were creating the virus to test how well they could handle it. It was like a test to see how good they would be at handling the virus by creating it.
What do you mean by handling? You mean could the human body take it, or do you mean
they were just like, imagine if we made a new virus and we'll just test how we would be able to respond to it. It was like
by releasing it?
Just by like creating it and just seeing how we can. It was like almost like they were doing a test to see how.
Oh, right. Inside the lab, they're trying to create it so they could see if they could destroy it.
Yeah.
It's like it actually got out of hand.
It wasn't nefarious. It was just to test how good they would be at responding to it.
Yeah.
And I just do a Sudoku puzzle or something if you're worried about your mental agility. Like if you're trying to keep your brain active, like you don't need to create a virus to see if your brain's still working.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't need to see how there's other problems. You can do a crossword. There's other problems you can solve that don't involve creating a dangerous virus
that destroys life as we know it.
Yeah.
But it's good to,
I got a challenge for you. Let's create a global risk a global pandemic. See if we can solve it. Reminds me of Chernobyl. So like, how far can we push these nuclear reactors? Yeah, that's it. That was it. Yeah.
We got to test how we responded to it, which was interesting.
Turns out, a lot of damage.
It was more of a thought experiment.